is under attack, John Carter.
That don't look like a fair fight.
And Earth is next. Will you stay, fight for us?
Get on. We did not cause this, but this very night, we will end it! I was too late once. I won't be again.
Hi, I'm Kat.
And I'm Mike Cola, and today we're reviewing
John Carter.
John Carter. Kat, what genre is this? I'm interested to know.
Well, Michael, it's an action-adventure fantasy film.
You don't say. I don't know what John Carter is. I know it's like this Disney classic.
Based on a book.
A
the
book.
same guy who wrote Tarzan wrote these.
I know nothing about it, so I was going in naked and blind.
Yeah, I was going in just with the preview thinking, this looks like Clash of the Titans.
I was expecting it to be terrible. But you know what? It's not as bad as you think.
Hooray!
What a sell, eh?
Well, the plot is an Earthman arrives on Mars. In the 1800s, he arrives through magical ways. Turns out there's a bunch of people, through science. And it turns out that there are tons of people living there. There's two different main communities, and they're having a civil war, essentially. He ends up there and decides to join the fight. Meets a princess, meets some cool aliens. Also, he kind of has superpowers because his bone density is different from being on Earth, so he can punch really hard and he can jump really high, and so everyone's like, oh.
Imagine what you can do in the circ.
Oh my god.
The dude that plays John Carter is from Friday Night Lights. The actor's name is
Taylor Kissich.
I love Friday Night Lights. He played like this football bad boy player. Slightly different side of him. He's still a bad boy, but he's a little bit more sincere. Just a little different.
Yeah.
His range is not huge. The action scenes were really good, well done, and the CGI is not that bad at all, actually. I was surprised.
The CGI is great.
The CGI actually is great.
Well, in the aliens, it's Willem Dafoe and Samantha Morton who do the voices for it.
I didn't know that. I felt like when there was no action and there was the acting involved, when the talkie-talkie started, it was not that exceptionally well, if not maybe even boring.
It was Disney. It's like Prince of Persia or Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, there's funny parts, there's some fun banter. It's geared so that kids can watch it too. There's gonna be cheesy stuff, but there are also some really funny lines.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was actually surprisingly funny, especially that little fat dog.
The fat dog was the best. Ula or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted one so badly.
While I was watching this movie, I was waiting for the cool action scenes, and then the talkie-talkie started. And I was like, I kind of would rather watch a movie about Joe Carter and how he hit the home run in the '93 World Series.
What?
Let's go Blue Jays!
See, that's the thing. The whole movie, I was entertained. I wasn't thinking blah blah blah.
Either it was decent, passable, and then there's scenes that were just cheesy, and I was like,
what? Decent, passable? No, I disagree.
Yeah.
There were scenes that were really good, and then there were a couple of kind of scenes. The action sequences were awesome.
Maybe I wasn't lost in the film like you do, and I think you might have a girl boner for this guy.
No, I don't actually.
You don't?
I kept analyzing. Am I liking this movie because he's hot? I don't find him that hot. He
No,
has nice muscles, but
I don't know who doesn't. I couldn't get over the fact that this main villain, who was so powerful, Mark Strong from Green Lantern, does an excellent job, but I think the actual story itself is flawed.
It's like God and his ant farm or something like that, I guess.
I guess so, but why is the farmer so stupid and weak? Why can't the farmer just, if he wants something, just swipe it out? Because he does want something.
Because he likes to see it happen.
I guess, but then he struggles with John Carter. I think that's the major flaw I had a problem with, and this is very average to me, this movie. It was just passable. Sorry, I didn't find it exceptionally well. It's just not as bad as you thought. I had very low expectations.
Oh, but it's by Andrew Stanton.
Finding Nemo?
Finding Nemo,
I think
Wall-E,
yeah.
A Bug's Life, classic Disney movies.
And he should stick to those animated films.
Lynn Collins is the main girl in it.
Oh, Lynn! And she is smoking sexy hot.
Her eyes are amazing.
Yep.
And that last costume, I want that costume.
Yeah.
It was saucy.
I have that costume.
Oh, dog.
You cat. This is just a passable movie. When I first started watching it, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be making a shit show. And then, it gets better and better and better, and the scenes are well structured, and like you said in your cat chat video, there's not really, really bad scenes. They're just good scenes.
Yeah, good scenes. Scenes that I thought were pretty epic. There were
Yeah.
some fight scenes where I would, oh!
Out of 10, I give this a 6. I don't recommend to see this in theaters.
What?
I don't really. No, I don't. I just think it's like this passable, average movie. But it's not as bad as you think.
Better than Clash of the Titans, though, yeah?
Yes, better than Clash of Titans, but Clash of Titans was terrible. So, Cat Chat, what do you give it out of 10?
I give this movie an 8. For its
An
genre.
8.
For its genre. For a fantasy action type movie by Disney, I give it an 8.
I think you got a thing for like these weird stories.
Maybe.
When they mix genres, you go ape
I
shit
love
for
the
it.
mixed genres.
They can like travel between planet and planet, but they're like using like these weird gliding machines, and they use like swords to fight.
Yeah. Like, there's like crazy magic type things. This movie doesn't make any sense from that point of view at all. But the story was cool, the way they described it, explaining his life on Earth, how he gets there, stuff he goes through there. I was really, really entertained. The acting was very decent. Some of the writing was kind of retarded. Okay, maybe 7.5. 7.5.
Oh, 7.5. Okay, well, I still give it a 6. I was going to give it a 5.5, but then you talked me up to a 6.
However, I don't think you need to see it in 3D. If you can watch it not in 3D, just on the big screen, because the action sequences are so epic and so vast, I think watching on the big screen is a good idea. But I don't think you need to see it in 3D. There was no like crazy like, well, that's
It
coming
makes
out
everything
here.
look like little models.
I would say go see this bad boy. If you want to just be entertained, don't go in expecting something like Inception, a crazy action, amazing, fantastic, my mind's gonna explode. You want to be entertained by something, you know, very actiony with some funny lines, decent acting, really good CGI. Go see this movie in theaters.
Go see
for
The
sure.
Exorcist.
We're just not gonna agree.
No. We agree to disagree, Captain.
All right,
Thank
Michael.
Can we get a Let's Go Blue Jays just so I can cut it in?
Let's go.
You know how when have you ever been to the game?
Yeah.
You know?
I sang on the field.
Okay. Oh, did you?
In the choir.
Okay.
3 kilobytes.